Why didn't Tesla go up today after Elon Musk made a pledge yesterday to not sell any more Tesla stock, and he reaffirmed his position, his prediction that Tesla will be the world's most valuable company within 5 years. There are two things that Elon also mentioned that would make people reconsider their Tesla stock position short term. We'll get into those in just a moment. Right after I show you this graph right here, this is total new inventory in the United States, new cars only. And as you can see, right after Tesla increased the discount in the US, the inventory has been dropping a lot. Now, this is actually probably a much bigger drop than what we can see from here, because Tesla does not show the same model. For example, if you have 10 cars available in the exact same color and configuration, everything exactly the same, Tesla is probably only going to show you one car like that on their website instead of showing 10, which is smart. So the drop is actually probably substantially bigger than what we are seeing here, which is really good news. And now here are the two reasons that would make people reconsider a Tesla stock position short term.
I mean, I need to sort of deep dive on Twitter just to make sure the company didn't go bankrupt next year. So that was really, just required, I don't know, about a month of intense work. As I was still doing Tesla work during that time as well, by the way. And I think it's really, Tesla has not skipped a beat on execution. The Tesla team is doing an incredible job across the board in execution. So it's really, can't say enough good things about the Tesla team and the progress that's being made in terms of fundamentals. With respect to, with respect to sort of global demand, I just do want to really emphasize, and I'm not trying to say that this is the only reason, but it is certainly the primary reason. Is that when interest rates increase, the cost of a car increases along with it. So the radical interest rate changes that have occurred have increased the prices of all cars, actually new and used. I mean, you can see like what a bath Carvana and CarMax are taking. This will be true of anything bought with debt. So there's that's on the demand side. Is the interest rate changes by the Fed, and then everyone's basically forced to follow the Fed. So you've got Europe raising interest rates, even Japan raising interest rates. So now, and in my view, I've said a bunch of this already on Twitter. In my view, we are already in deflation. So the Fed is just dealing with old data. So then if I'm correct that we're already in deflation, the real rate of return of T-bills is insanely high. It's arguably above the long-term rate of the S&P 500. It's arguably above 6% real rate of return on a T-bill right now.
A T-bill is basically you lending money to the government and then the government paying you money. As you can see, T-bill interest rate right now is at 4.66%. And if Elon Musk thinks that we are already in deflation, let's say we are in a deflation of 1.5% per year, the real rate of return of T-bills then would be about 6-ish%. So normally with inflation, things get more expensive, but with deflation, things get less expensive. And when you get a real rate of return of about 6% when you consider deflation, if that is actually already happening, then putting money in treasuries here, for example, makes a lot of sense if your risk tolerance is not high, or even if you are just a regular investor, that already makes a lot of sense. And of course, when Elon Musk points that out to everyone, many people take their money from stocks and sell some of that stock, and then they put that in treasuries or bonds. But it goes much deeper than this. why Tesla stock did not go up today. Let's keep listening.
So so you got two things that you get a double whammy if you're selling a product that is bought almost entirely with debt, like a car, and you have the risk-free rate approaching or so potentially exceeding the risky rate of the S&P 500, and that's why you're seeing a lot of pretty smart fund managers out there shorting the S&P 500.
Do you really think Tesla is going to sustain that growth rate in the next couple of years still?
Well, so I'm just laying out what I see as just this is my best guess at the future. It's not like I have like some incredible crystal ball that is an exact predictor of anything. So with all appropriate caveats, just but the reality is, if we are in a recession, I think we are in a recession, and I think 2023 is going to be quite a serious recession. And it's going to be, in my opinion, comparable to 2009. I don't know if it's going to be a little worse or a little better, but I think it's in my view likely to be comparable. And that means demand for any kind of optional discretionary item, especially if it's a big ticket item, will be lower. And then with the Fed increasing rates, which is really, this is quite unusual. This is like when you're heading to a recession, you should be reducing the Fed rate, not increasing it. So that amplifies the difficulty. So now you have sort of structural demand, which is obviously going to be lower in a recession, and you amplified the effective cost of a car because they're almost all bought with debt. So now you get a double whammy, is what I'm saying. So then the obvious choice in that scenario is, do you want to grow unit volume, in which case you'll have to adjust prices downward, or do you want to grow at a lower rate or go steady? It's sort of a choice there. My inclination would be to still grow. My bias would be to say, like, okay, let's grow as fast as we can without putting the company at risk, which would mean, in that scenario, profits would be low to negative during a recession, provided the cash position is okay. I think that's still the right move long term, because there's also something that Tesla possesses that other car companies do not, which is extremely fundamental. That is that the cars are upgradable to autonomy, and arguably an autonomous car is worth many times what a non-autonomous car is. So even if your margins are extremely low in selling the car, the subsequent upgrade to it being autonomous is worth a lot. So, and that's something that no other car company can do. Only Tesla can do that. So I think that if you say well, I stand by my prediction that long term, that Tesla will be the most valuable company in the world. My best guess, most valuable company in the world in less than 5 years.
Elon's saying that if a recession is really bad, that Tesla will basically make no profit, is scaring some investors. This is expected if we have a really bad recession. The question is, will the recession really be really bad? If it is, then I said this many times before, it's going to be bad for Tesla stock price. That's my personal opinion, not financial advice. However, long term, it's actually really good for Tesla because our companies would be crushed much harder than Tesla. But of course, the stock of Tesla would not be doing well. I really don't think. It would be extremely volatile and it would be pretty brutal. But long term, I believe it would actually be good. Only Tesla can activate its fleet and turn on full self-driving once it is solved. When you think about it, if we sell a $50,000 car at 30% profit margins, which that's a huge profit margin, that means we make $15,000 per car sold. How much is a full self-driving option right now? $15,000 in the United States of America. So, and then think about this. If we sell cars literally at break even, the moment full self-driving is solved, you turn that option on and all of a sudden, boom, you're making $15,000 from these cars, from many of them. Not every single person will get full self-driving, but a lot of people will, especially if you offer a subscription. And then think about something even crazier. If we have a $20,000 car from which we maybe make some money, maybe we do not. And then if we have a full self-driving option on that car, which still costs $15,000, the margin is going to be absolutely ludicrous on that car. The full self-driving option would cost almost as much as the whole car. And these are 48 reasons why I only hold Tesla stock in my stock portfolio. My name is Matt Posius. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.